Hello. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Big hello to everybody in the chat. Great to see the members of the channel there as well. Great to see you. Hey, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the channel. I'm Natalie, and this is Scientology Life After a Cult, where I recap the Scientology news that has the internet buzzing. We talk about my 35 years in Scientology, leaving with 3 generations of my family. And I do multiple interviews throughout the week with people in and around this community. So when you hit that subscribe button, make sure you set the notification bell. So hopefully you get notifications when I go live, especially for the interviews or when live streaming and protesting, as we're going to do today. Hopefully those notifications will work and you'll get it. Thank you so much to my mods for being here today. Nancy's here. I believe my Tony's here. And we do have, Nancy, you'll have to tell me again, but we have a new mod joining us too, so you'll see her as well. I don't think I see her there yet, but well, in the comments. Kate, there she is. Hi, Kate. Thanks for being here and thank you for your help. Oh my goodness. As you probably know, if you guys have been following any of what's been happening here in and around Scientology news, then you know that there is a lot to talk about. It's like always my favorite thing when there's almost too many things to go over. It's my favorite, but then at the same time, it's really hard to pick and choose. But we are going to kick it off with a little bit. Hold on a second. Let's line this up straight. Let's look at something that just had me dying laughing. This is a clip that Liz GALE created that I had just seen for the first time. Some of you may have seen it. And I cannot wait to see her later today to tell her how much it made me laugh. It was hysterical. I literally almost fell off the couch where I was relaxing with my feet up. It was glorious, let me tell you. Let me tell you. But first, let's show you this. It's so funny. And this, again, this is created by Liz GALE.
Hey, come here. Look at me. Hey, look at me. What'd I say? No. Come here. Look at me. Hey, look at me. No. Come here. Look at me. Hey, hey. What? You want to? No. Hey, come here. Look at me.
Oh my gosh, it's just so funny. Did you guys see that? Tell me in the comments or tell me in the live chat. Oh, I just loved it so much. I thought it was so great. The other thing that I got to tell you, this next news that I'm about to share with you, I am so excited about, and I'm so happy that you guys are too. And I know a lot of you are because of the number of emails that I got about this and that it is happening. And that is the return of the wise beard man, otherwise known as Mark Bunker, to YouTube. And he is bringing the historic receipts. Let me tell you, he is taking what I do believe to be decades of video and things about Scientology and getting it cleaned up and online. And we are in for some major treats, not just so we can see how things went down during the time when he was protesting Scientology, involvement with the Lisa McPherson Foundation, so many things. And it also will give you insight into what you can expect with Scientology and some of their shenanigans. But first, let's take a little peek at this. This is Mark Bunker on his page.
It's a rough story for me to tell. Because, you know, he was my friend.
And he's talking about Bob Minton, who single-handedly was funding a lot when it came to the anti-Scientology movement and exposing Scientology and their crimes. And Bob Minton was also a good friend of Mark Bunker's.
And my hero. And in upgrading a lot of this footage, I've been going through a lot of stuff that I shot with Bob. It's amazing what he accomplished. He single-handedly was financing a lot of different court cases that Scientology had brought against people. He stepped in. This was a couple of years before, well, I guess a year before the Lisa McPherson Trust started here in Clearwater. I don't know if you ever saw the video that I have on YouTube now of Dennis Ehrlich. His home was raided by Scientology. They had.
You will have to go check it out. This is really exciting that he's doing this, and I'm so happy to have him back on YouTube doing new videos. So everybody keep an eye out for that. And remember, if you see something, say something, email me, Natalie@lifeafteraccult.com. Send me a timestamp with a link. Tell me what I'm looking at. Better yet, if you can get it in under a minute, go ahead and clip it and send me the clip and tell me what it is. I appreciate your help so much. So many of you, I am so thankful that you're stepping up and helping to send me clips and things, especially while we're traveling and out protesting. I appreciate it so much. One thing I wanted to share, and I will probably bring this up again at the end of the video just to make sure people hear it. There is somebody on YouTube who's going around with my name and likeness and making some nasty comments on people's live streams. So I want you to know it is not me. I rarely ever these days will comment in a live stream because I'm such a lurker, because I'm in there watching for clips and I don't want to, throw what's going on. I actually want to see it and be able to share things from it. So especially if it's something negative, if you follow my channel, that's just not me. It is not me. And if you see it, I have not seen it yet. So I need to, grab it. If you can report the person when you see it, please do that, because I don't even know which channel or what the ad is or anything like that. But what I'm told is it's pretty much the same as mine and using my photo and stuff. So keep an eye on that craziness. Pretty sure we know who it is. Yep. Thank you, Farah. I know when I heard, I was like, what? I said, what? I'm like, no, I did not. That is so not me. That's right, Cece. And it's just so obvious, because what Scientology will try to do is go at what they think your pain points are, or what your buttons are, and what you value. And they fail, because anyone who follows my channel knows more of my personality, what I'm here to do, which is to end Scientology and to elevate as many voices as I can when it comes to ending Scientology. So of course, they'd want to try and create a situation where they can be dust up or create problems between different people, or between you guys who follow along and interact with me, but fail. Keep an eye out for it. But it's about time, though, to be honest. I was feeling a little neglected. Where's my shade? Oh my gosh, you guys too. I really need to be on top of the water. I am like so puffy. Got to be on top of the water while you're here in Florida. I should probably get some electrolytes. All right. So Mark Bunker, there's another video I should say there's another clip that I'm sharing from that video, because guess who's in it? Tory Magoo. Tory Magoo 44 here on YouTube. You guys know how much I love her. She is true OG protester. She has been protesting Scientology before some of you were born. It's kind of crazy. It's so great. But I love this. This is a message. I think on the video, it's a message to Mike Rinder. This obviously was a long time ago. This was 1999, I believe. But seeing Tory, I mean, it's just, you can tell it's the same Tory. Check it out.
Hi, Mike. I did call you. I invited you to speak and Ray Midoff, because Ray knows my case personally, and I felt like we had a few things to discuss. And a couple of OT7s, there's actually quite a few of us now who've left the church and have had the courage to do so. And we all wanted to sit down with you and tell you, well, number one, the main thing I want you to know, the key thing I want you to know, and you're going to go, I know it, I don't care, because he just said it. But the truth is, there is an army out there. It is not going to be the ex-Scientologist that brings down the Church of Scientology ever. I don't think it's going to go down, but I'm just saying more stuff's going to happen. And it's because those critics are out there going, freedom of speech is their right. And we are standing here for them, and we're not going away. And the more you badger people like this, the bigger it gets and the stronger they get, and they're not going away. I've worked with those for years on the PR lines, coming out, talking to Mark Bunker, coming out, talking to people. But I'm telling you, these people, I had no clue there were so many people out there like that. And they're very dedicated. And you can't scare them about no bridge, because they don't want the bridge. They want freedom of speech. And that's it.
How great was that? Oh, I was fangirling so hard. I just love Tory. And you can see, and even now when you watch her videos now and her passion and all that is still there. And she's so true. She said it back then. I feel like in many ways, Tory kind of predicted in ways what is happening today. Scientology and the Office of Special Affairs never counted on the fact that so many people never in Scientology would stand up and say, you know what? No, this is not okay. We're not having it. We're exposing it. We're calling you out. All the things, all the things. It was just awesome. Legend, I agree. I agree with so many of your comments. You guys are so right. Oh, it's just so good. She just does such an amazing job. And I am thrilled to death to be able to know her. She was one of my heroes when I was leaving Scientology. And on the different message boards that existed at the time, it was people like Tory speaking out, sharing their experiences that helped me have more confidence in my decision to leave Scientology, which I mean, you guys know my story. It took me 2 years to come up with and implement a plan to leave so that my family would be as intact as possible. And it took time. And a lot of those things I learned from different things on the internet from people who came before me and broke free from Scientology. So I have so much appreciation for that. And every person that has ever spoken out against Scientology in the past, present, and future. All right, let's take a look at Down the Rabbit Hole News. Mirriam Francis was on, and they were chatting about, we've all been talking about Brian Kent, who is an attorney on Child USA, and it has come out that there was a complaint filed against him little over a year ago for an inappropriate relationship with a victim of Scientology who was also on the Scientology Aftermath show. And Rabbit did an incredible breakdown of the whole thing. You can find that on her channel. And this was a follow-up with Mirriam Francis, getting her thoughts on it. And also Mirriam shared about a recent treatment and therapy that she did to help with her PTSD. Love seeing her there. Mirriam and I are going to get together again soon. We have been chatting. We just got to go ahead and I think once I get home and I'm not traveling, set that time. I've had her on the channel before. She is just a pleasure and a delight to talk to, and her passion to help people, to help children who grew up in Scientology and are now adults is incredibly strong. And I got a lot of love for that girl. All right, let's take a look. We're going to take a little look at a clip from that interview. You can find the full interview. All the clips will be down below. I don't think I put them there yet. Today I was running a little behind. All the clips will be down below to these videos, so you can go see all of them, because they are absolutely worth watching.
And I think that that's your audience, which I find absolutely incredible and amazing. And I think that's what draws me back to you time and time again. And here's what's incredible, right? The children who grew up in Scientology, we're also waiting. You know, we're waiting for something. We've been waiting for so many years. Let me tell you, when the FBI did an investigation between 2009 to 2010, okay? Serge and I are going to cover this document at some stage. Here's Mike Rinder's biggest lie he ever told anybody, okay? He told the world, I gave all those documents to the FBI in 2010. Okay, Mike Rinder. Well, the investigation, the report that stated the purpose and the scope of the investigation said that the sole purpose of that investigation was to investigate, get this, the abuse that the elite Sea Org members had experienced. Okay? That does not include the children. Does not include the children and what they experienced. And when I said to John Atack that the true story of the children has never been told, I wasn't talking about my story. I've yapped on and on about my story until people don't want to hear my story anymore. And I've only done that because I only have my story to tell, right?
It's just a fantastic interview. So much information there. They also get into breaking down a video with Brian Kent with that attorney. We're going to take a little look at that clip too. Let's pop in here.
I'm not going to say their name because they said they wanted to remain anonymous, and out of respect for them, shout out to them if they're watching this. But they let me know that this man has made people feel uncomfortable in more than one occasion. So just putting that out there so everybody's aware. Listen, I'm let's just keep watching because I have no words. I just can't believe that there's this complaint. He had to have known that this complaint was filed on him. He had to have known that the bar was going to investigate this or is investigating this. For him to do now an interview a year and a month after that. And then I heard too that it takes the bar quite some time to determine if there's anything that should come out of something. So keep that in mind.
It does appear that it's beyond the statute. How do we still bring this case anyway? And I think we have had, obviously over a decade at this point, coming up on 2 decades of success in those types of cases that, that seemingly nobody will take. I mean, we've had cases, for example, against the Church of Scientology that, people would just say, we're not going to, their litigation tactics are way too much. We're not going to take those cases and you're not going to be successful because, they have these mandatory arbitration provisions in there and blah, 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 blah. And we just looked at it and we said, this looks really wrong about what happened to these people. And
yes, because it was. Yet then you went ahead and re-victimized one of the victims. It's just beyond ridiculous. And I'm glad that at Down the Rabbit Hole News, it's continuing to look at that and dig into it and find out what the deal is. And we're all waiting to see what happens, like what happens with this guy. I have not heard that there's any type of word back on the complaint that was made against him as an attorney, but I'm sure we will find out. We will find out. Ashley Andrews. Hey, Ashley, thank you so much for that. Thank you for the shout out, Queen Natalie. That's funny. It was good luck for my day of auditing. I finally got answers from Mr. Sassy Pants, know-it-all Scientologist. That's right. And if I remember, and you tell me if I got it wrong, Ashley, you were in San Francisco. She's been out there doing a Scientology audit, sharing lots of great videos, and we've highlighted a couple of them, I believe. So thank you for being there, and thank you for being out there and asking those questions. Those questions need to be answered. Luby Cat, thank you. She said, you're glowing, Natalie. I'm also, my hair is straight as a board normally. And look, I'm getting like a little bit of a curl, which is nice. That happens to me when I go into humidity. But yeah, hair is holding up. Hair tech is strong. All right, let's go look at Pasadena. Wait till you see this. Pasadena Scientology. Guess who was there? D.O.A. D.O.A. joined MD Media. I think it's MD Media 18. And this is outside Scientology in Pasadena. Let's take a little peek at what was happening.
I got food coming for you. Don't leave. Yeah, I'm right here. I'm right here. There we go. No, I'm not related to him.
Are you guys doing your own videos here?
Hold on a second. Hold on just a second. Let's just get this going again here. All right, I'm just going to back this up a little bit. This is an interaction. We're going to do this one first that D.O.A. had with the police. Why is it not sharing? Hold on, guys. Here we go. Let's stop that and let's share this one. All right, I got the one that I wanted to start with. I had them in there backwards. Let's take a look at this in Pasadena with D.O.A.
On a property that requires any kind of adjustment, whether it be wash off, even if it's not paid.
Right.
But if it's not something that's naturally promoting, can it be
Sure.
considered?
Oh, yeah. Right.
So in this case, the sidewalk,
Right.
it's city property, right? So the city would be the big.
Okay.
Or, like I said,
Interesting info, because it's really important, especially when if you're doing chalk art somewhere, that you find out what the rules are in that city, because some of them will have a rule about how easy it needs to be able to come off. So wherever you're protesting, definitely you can, a call to City Hall or go on their website and look at the ordinances yourself, but definitely always find out. Same thing with sound, any amplified sound, what the rules are when you're protesting. It's just good best practices to find out, because the police will not always tell you. And I don't think Scientology will be much help either. But it's good to know what those rules are, because sometimes even the police don't know. And we know Scientology doesn't know. They just know whatever suits them best is what they know. Okay, we're going to take another look at a clip from Pasadena with D.O.A. because of the mini GIZMO streets that showed up.
Yours? Yes.
Hold on, let's grab that. Oh my gosh, this is so cute.
That's I don't know who did that.
I love D.O.A. What's D.O.A.?
That's my YouTube channel, actually.
Look at that. It's William Good's dog Gizmo in a mini streets outfit holding a I love D.O.A. protest sign.
I love that. That's adorable.
I thought, was that you?
That is so cute. What's that? I
like your Jeff Hawkins volcano.
Yours?
Yeah, that's.
But how cute is that? It's just so cute. I feel like there should be plush toys for all of the live streamers and protesters. I think that would be so fun. I know I would want to collect them. Forget Beanie Babies. We need SPTV babies. What would you call it? I don't know. Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the comments. If there were such thing as a Beanie Baby style, what would it be, like a stuffed animal, different ones? What should it be called? You guys are so creative. I think that you might have a really good idea about that. Okay, something else that we're going to talk about that some of you may have seen. Hold on a second. Nancy, I need you out of the, if you're clicking on what I'm clicking on, I can't click on it. Okay, hold on. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you this article. Nancy, I didn't have my clips lined up ahead of time like I normally am. I'm sorry about that. Okay, you guys, I had someone reach out to me, and it was through DMs on Instagram, which I'm not on that much. And it was someone who said, hey, I'm a reporter. I'm doing this story. I'd like to do this story on you. And then I thought it was the Sun Sailor Where I Live, which is a community newspaper. And I was like, yeah, sure. And then she wanted to set up a Zoom. And I'm like, why would you want to set up a Zoom? Just come into my office, or let's go meet at the coffee shop. And so we set this up, a couple days go by, and ding dong over here. It was not the Sun Sailor. It was the Sun, which is a much larger publication than the one I had in mind. And they did a story. I'll just pull it up. We'll look at it here. This is the Sun. This one's UK edition. That's Mark David Chapman. Well, you guys know. And John Lennon. And me. Look at the serious face. Chilling encounter. I came face to face with John Lennon's killer in Scientology cult months before murder. He gave me a sinister warning. So she reached out. I did the interview, and I just saw this. I got a Google alert for my name, and that's actually how I saw it. I might have missed an email from her. But it is, I'm going to put the link down below so you can read the whole article. I'm not going to read the whole thing. It basically goes into the story that, if you follow my channel, you're familiar with. My sister and I started our Scientology indoctrination because of this tie to Mark David Chapman and what happened with John Lennon. So I will put all the links after I'm done here down below. I don't think they're there right now. And do check it out. It's also linked on my community page as well. That's my sister and I. This was like right before my mom married my grandpa, actually. You got Mark David Chapman. They used quite a bit of photos. This was years ago. This is my mom, who passed away about, let's see, if I've been out of Scientology for maybe 14 years. So maybe 12 years ago now. That's my sister, Lana. But it tells the whole story. I was surprised there's a lot of ads in there, but how long it actually was. And detailed too. She really caught a lot of the detail. But you get the idea. There's a lot of pictures. I'll put a link down below and you can check it out. And in the future now, I guess I'll remember to ask, which publication is this? The poor reporter, because I was like thinking it was my community paper. Why don't we just, meet at the coffee shop? No. So check that out. It's a fun one. Let's talk about, did you guys see, I know you saw it because we've highlighted it too, in Los Angeles, in Hollywood, Confident Chris has this incredible backpack that is like an electric sign. It shows images and words. And when we were protesting at Flag the other day, there was someone there with something similar. It was like a ticker thing just going through that was there. And oh my gosh, it was so hilarious. Liz Ferris, thank you for the super chat. Don't forget, Natalie is Wonder Woman. She puts her pants on 2 legs at a time. Toes only fan. That's right. Liz Ferris was totally roasting me on her channel the other day, and I laughed so hard, and I needed the laugh. So thank you so much, Liz. And yes, I do. I put my pants on 2 legs at a time, but if they're jeans and they button, I might be laying down to get them up the rest of the way. But that was really funny. Thank you, Liz. All right, let's take a look now. Let's go over to Hollywood and check out LARA FM, who is just loving this backpack. And I do not blame her. I think this is so cool. Check this out.
Oh my gosh, that was Solomon. I knew it. Isn't that weird? One flash and I knew there's streets. This is so cool, guys. Guys, somebody get me this. I think I really do want it. And will you help me program it and everything?
Oh, it's just an app, yeah.
Yeah, you'll just tell me like how to make the pictures visible and stuff like that.
Oh, one of my people, Scientology, made all the gifts. Like,
okay, so it's easy to do though.
Yeah, I just be like Scientology. I want.
Guys,
this.
I think I need this backpack. Don't you think I should go every day, even when I'm not even streaming? I should just have this backpack while I'm going to and from work. All day long, be like, oh, that's definitely Lara's backpack. It says Scientology is cold and things like that.
That is so cool. That is so fun. And how I've just not seen something like that. I think it's so amazing with the technology that's coming out that's going to help protesting. I want one too now. So I need to find out where to get that. Astral thinks that they might sell them near downtown LA. It's got to be online somewhere. Yep, Afila. Yep. Oh, yay, glad you saw it, Natalie. Liz roasting Natalie was so funny, cute. Last 2 videos. Oh, I need to. I should have linked the video. And you know what, Liz? I actually meant to. She and I spoke briefly, and I was going to do it, but then I completely spaced. All right, Brittany's saying it's from Amazon. All right, we will have to check it out and find that because it's just so cool. My grandson would love that too. Would love it. We're going to jump over to Portland, where Rika is. I always get thrown because it's Rika PDX, and so I don't know, for some reason it makes me think of Phoenix, but it's Portland. She is in Portland. And we got a little clip of an interaction. She was just asking some questions of some Scientologists. And I don't believe she got an answer, but she made a really good point. This is something I have thought about, wondered about, and honestly have been concerned about, too, to be honest. Check it out.
Why do you guys have that song that goes, "We stand tall, but all the elderlies in your cult are hunched over with scoliosis and can barely walk"? Can you explain that to me? You don't stand tall.
Child trafficker.
SPTVfoundation.org.
Wasn't that great? Yes, Rika is awesome. That was fantastic. And we've seen clips. Do you remember when they were doing this setup for Easter in Hollywood on L. Ron Hubbard Way? And the number of elderly people that we saw that really did have seemed like they had scoliosis. It's disturbing. It's curious. It has me wondering what is going on. What is happening? They need to take better care of their people, but we know that they don't. So I don't even know why I keep thinking that, you know what, maybe one day. No, they don't change. They do not change. All right. Jeff over at PTS for Life. Yesterday, you guys remember yesterday, those of you who were here, we went over the clips of a Scientologist, senior Scientologist, erratically driving a little red car, trying to splash water onto Rika, whose clip we just saw. And somebody else had mentioned that she even had like 1 foot off the curb at the time. So he could have just literally ran her foot over or ran her down. And then the car tried to take off. And Jeff from PTS for Life was there and he chased him and he found out who it was. Jeff put together a little video about that, putting the whole thing together. And I thought I would share it. Some people sent this to me and I thought it was great. How great was that? Wasn't that totally awesome? That's right. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, no, he didn't. All right, we're going to go now, jump over to Seattle. Because guess who was in Seattle? Oh, no, Nora. Oh, no, Nora was in Seattle doing some protesting. Let's take a look at a conversation. Well, it was really more of a one-way conversation, but there's no way that this girl could not hear her and the points that she was making. This is outside Scientology in Seattle from Oh No Nora.
We've all had those thoughts. I thought them all the time, every day when I was on post, every single day. Thinking about all the things I could have done. Don't go in there. It's a cult. She's locking people in. This is really sad. I'm very sad. I'm actually sad because I'm sure your mom and your family, your grandparents, your siblings, your cousins, they probably miss you like a lot. When was the last time you talked to them?
I don't know why she's just standing there. It doesn't look, I was trying to figure this out. You guys tell me what you think in the comments. Tell me what you think in the live chat. It looks like she's trying to get some sun because there's all that shade, but she's just standing in the sun. Why not just, I don't know, walk away? I mean, I'm glad she didn't walk away because then she gets to hear what Nora is saying. It just perplexed me. It's one of those things that I just went, what are you doing? What are you doing? I don't know, but she definitely was listening. And I'm glad that Nora said what she said, because that is definitely a thing with many Scientologists is we have these doubts, but do not voice them. Try to self-correct so that we don't have to pay thousands of dollars for an interrogation to reprogram us. So hearing that those doubts are valid, that I had those same doubts, I was not the only one, is a huge message. So many of us, one of the huge common denominators when it comes to people leaving Scientology, one of the biggest things I hear over and over again, and I felt this myself and I said it too, we thought we were the only one. I was the only one crying in the bathroom. I was the only one who had severe doubts about leaving. I was the only one who saw what was happening and how people were being financially ruined. It's gaslighting, because then you think that it's just you and it's your problem and you need self-correction or more programming. So it's a great message to share. The other message to share is Scientology, you might want to stop locking out your parishioners. You literally are barring the doors. But now that I think about it, it's probably a good thing. So what am I complaining about? It's probably a good thing that they lock out their parishioners.
You got to go in the side door here and the guy has to come get you because I'm filming. Are you a Scientologist? No comment? I used to be a Scientologist. I was born into it. Were you born in or you voluntarily went in? I didn't lock the door. He locked the door. I'm not trying to go in there. Trust me, I had to escape. Like with my life. because they don't let you leave. You got to go in.
I love how she says, I'm not trying to get in there. And that is so true, Scientology. The last thing any of us were trying to do is get beyond that door. So funny. Why did they just, yep, that's true. Carrie, you make a good point. No, they lock them in too. Fire hazard. That is true because you need a key to open and close that door. I hope that key is being kept in the lock in case something does happen. Ooh, that's a really good point. Fire hazard. A girl, yep, I love what she said too. I am completely here for that. That was fantastic. Let's go over to Austin, where it has been a busy weekend for people who want to end Scientology in Austin because Squirrel Fest was going on. We talked about that yesterday. Pearl Snappy, Dan Walks LA, Selfless Self, Nancy Drew, and I think other people as well. Acupunk might have been there. I'm not sure, but these are all the names that I can remember from Austin. It was fantastic. So they were there at the org. Selfless Self was, doing his thing, doing some amazing chalk art, I might say. He even outlined it, which is pretty impressive. And except a Scientologist comes along and activates a new type of tech. You might call it ear block tech. I'm not sure. But let's look and see what happened.
Oh, hello there. How are we doing coming out of the child trafficking cult today? We're having a good time, right? Thinking we're living a normal life, supporting a completely illegal and pilfering and violent organization such as Scientology.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Do anything else with your life. Anything else.
I love that. And plus, Selfless Self has a way with that voice of just making it sound like you're being lectured by your dad. And it's fantastic because I think that would really get through, especially to the young people. It's fabulous. And I love what he said. Do something else with your life, like anything. You could be doing so many other things. Yep. The Peace Lady cover ear tech. I think so. I think so too. And yeah, how embarrassing. Yep. And, even like Poet's saying, ignore tech, that would be one thing. Just ignore it. But to actually, I can't hear you. It's so funny to me. Oh, it's so great. All right. So Dan Walks LA. That's who I was forgetting. Dan Walks LA. I might not have sent him. Is in Austin, has been there at Squirrel Fest. And we have a clip from behind the Scientology building where Selfless Self was doing the chalk art, where they go take a look out back.
Just boxes. Oh, wow. Lots of bag tech. Lots of bag tech.
I'm guessing it's just not enough if we don't get shot.
Wow, he did a great job over here. And he outlined it.
That's right. He outlined it. It's so cool looking.
Shots fired. People had so my question generally when people are like, no, it's not running is, what was the call for?
You see the garbage bags over there? I wonder if that's a trap because that's private property. The garbage bags are not in the trash, which would be public. And as I understand it, fact check this, don't take my word for it. You can just take garbage out of the trash, out of the garbage. But if it's on private property like that, you cannot take it. It is still their property. Are the bags there? You guys tell me what you think about this. Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the comments if you're catching this on the replay. Do you think that those garbage bags were there as a trap to see if the protesters would take them because of the garbage that was taken in Chicago by Trashy V12 BMW, which exposed all kinds of things about Scientology there? Yeah, Ginger O Snap says too, those are a trap. Seem like it because why would you leave it right there? It's like leaving out a little bit of cheese. Yep, Don, I think a lot of you do. Capital call out, calling it out. I think so too. Okay. GM Flower, trap tech for sure. Yep, I think you guys agree. Smooth Steve, a trash trap. That's right. Don't take the cheese. Don't take the cheese. I really do think that's what it was too. I agree. And I'm glad that they did not take that. Glad they did not fall for that because it did look like they were just leaving it just out of touch. just out of reach where you'd have to go onto private property, and they didn't fall for that. So fail Scientology, fail, or flunk. That's what they always say in Scientology. Flunk, start. All right, let's take a look. This is on Nancy Drew's stream in Austin, showing the amazing chalk art that Dan Walks LA, I believe, did. Let's take a look.
A tour of Dan Walks LA's beautiful chalkwork art. I'll start on the other side here. This is a sign that's wearable. And I'll put that on, or someone will put that on a little later, but it's quite warm and humid. And I just took a shower a bit ago. So, yeah, I at least need a little time.
What a great sign, too. I mean, they're just doing so many great things there. They got the signs, they got the chalk. They attended a whole event called Squirrel Fest. Be sure to get over and watch their streams if you have not caught it already, because they had a lot of really exciting moments, raised a lot of awareness. They are doing a lot out there. Let's go. Speaking of Chicago, Nancy Drew's from Chicago. Let's go to Chicago and peek in and see what Windy City Thetan Watch is doing. And I do believe what he's doing is following around Scientology recruiters and making sure they don't recruit anybody for Scientology. Let's take a look. Windy City Thetan in Chicago.
The next time you're on Google, look up Lisa McPherson.
So the Scientology recruiter went around into the little bus stop enclosure and was handing out Scientology and Dianetics propaganda.
It's a cult. It's the cult of Scientology. They're going to make you spend money. They're going to come in and give you a personality test, and then they're going to tell you these little nickel dime things that are wrong with you and make you buy a book. So, do you want that? Thank you. Do you want yours? Thank you. I like to bring it back to them. So again, if you ever look it up, Scientology, it's absolutely a cult. There are so many crimes. Danny Masterson, Lisa McPherson, look up any of those crimes.
How great is that? Just collecting it back. And Windy City Thetan, if you are in the chat, otherwise somebody let me know. Do you actually give them back to Scientology? Here's all your promo back. Oh, that would be so funny. That really would. Although they're just going to hand them out again, but hey. A sunflower in the shade. Thank you. Natalie Webster, the only person worth missing a nap for. Oh, thank you so much. Farah, yes, love Windy City. He educated them, and he does. Many of the protesters do, and I love that. Those one-on-one conversations are powerful. They are very, very powerful. Fluffer Squirrel UK says, boss move, Wendy. That's right. That was fantastic. Oh, that was so great. I saw someone in the comments too saying they want to go dumpster dive Scientology style. Let me know if you do. Natalie at lifeafteroccult.com. Send me, if you share it here on YouTube, send me a clip. I'd love to hear about it. All right. Where are we at? Let's go to Denver with Denver Scientology Audit, Jay, who does an amazing job. Jay was out there and he had a conversation with a new staff member. And you knew he was new because he was talking to Jay. This was fantastic. Let's take a look at this.
How's it going? I'm well. How are you doing today? That's good to hear. Are you a member of the church?
Yeah, I'm on staff.
Oh, you're on staff? What's your post, if you don't mind me asking? Your post?
I'm an expediter because I just joined last week. I'm through at staff status 1.
Staff status?
So he's an expediter. So when somebody first starts on staff, they need to get through training called their staff statuses. And until then, you're an expediter. You're not like a full-time real staff member yet. There's staff status 1 and there's staff status 2. And then you start the training for your job. So he's actually, you know what? There's staff status 0, staff status 1, then staff status 2. So it sounds like he's on staff status 1. I'm not sure what's going on with the belt and the pants here. Maybe he's just readjusting.
Status 1 expediter. Nice. How have you been enjoying that?
Well, it's pretty good. It's just something that I need to do.
Yeah. kind of like fill the time.
Yeah, well, I need a third dynamic type thing because
I see.
really old, so I don't have a lot of groups. I don't go to work anymore.
Okay, so this is kind of filling that role for your third dynamic. Nice, man. So
And third dynamic in Scientology, those are groups. When you hear a Scientologist say, "Oh, I'm doing this for the third dynamic," it's your group, and you can have multiple groups. Scientology could be a group. You could belong to a softball club, and that would be a group. Different groups. Although when you're in Scientology, pretty much your main group is Scientology.
you said you just recently got involved.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, no worries. I was just kind of curious. I was just in the area and I saw you entering. I've always been curious about them. So,
Yeah, okay, great.
yeah. Anyways, you have a beautiful day. Thanks for chatting with me.
All right, sure, no problem.
No worries.
There's a vodka bottle up here.
Oh, I know. I think there's a beer bottle up there as well. That's definitely out ethics. Somebody's gonna have to get out here and take care of that.
Have a nice day.
You too. Thank you so much. Do you know about Curtis Johnson? Have you heard of that name?
If you guys remember, Curtis Johnson is the Sea Organization member who physically assaulted Jay, and Jay had to defend himself, then pin the guy on the ground till the police could come.
Oh, okay. Curtis Johnson was a staff member here. He actually came out and assaulted me. So, yeah, so look into Curtis Johnson. Yeah, no, he's not here anymore, but I just wanted to let you know kind of how some of the staff are. No worries.
Yeah, he's really new. And what that, so Jay asks him, "Do you know Curtis Johnson?" And he doesn't seem to know who he is. And I feel like this guy would say, because he's fairly new. So this tells us that it's very possible that after Curtis Johnson got in trouble for assaulting Jay, maybe they did send him out of the state. We suspected. We thought, "Ooh, you know what? They're probably going to send this guy for some serious reprogramming," because he created a huge public relations flap, as they would say in Scientology. And people aren't trying to. Scientology's not trying to have that. They don't like it when you bring attention, the police, investigations, all that whole thing. They want nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. Hey there, Spwog. I think that's how you say it. It was great meeting you the other day. Natalie, get a chance while you're in Clearwater, go to Fort DeSoto or Honeymoon Island. It's nice during the weekday. That does sound nice. I wonder if, of course, my first thought before I go anywhere is, especially if it's like on an island, like, are there bathrooms? What is the bathroom situation? Because, I'm the glamper, right? I got to be comfortable. All right, let's take a peek here. I think you're right, Mandy Me. Jay thinks Curtis was shipped out the same day. I think that's very possible. They're going to want to hide him from law enforcement for sure. Corn Freak says, "We had a group of 6 protesters at one time this weekend." This is in Chicago, right? Which I believe is the most at one time. And there were a few not present. So our Chicago F Sciento is growing. That's fantastic. That is awesome. We definitely need to get back to Chicago. My Tony and I were there in March and was able to meet some of the protesters. It was so fantastic. And we hung out. That's right, Kate. Thank you for the reminder. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Yep, Dempsey. I think this guy, and you're talking about the staff member in Denver, was so kind and is going to get in trouble for it, no doubt. I don't doubt it at all. And Andrew, you're right. Jay catches more flies with honey. What a guy. He totally does. Yep. Sweet. Notice that too. Kind of gross. Was it the belt part? But the cool thing is, like I said, he's new, and maybe he's new enough to maybe do some Googling. Like, well, what is that about? Especially if he had that interaction and went into Scientology and told them about it, and they're like, "Oh, yep, that's Jay. He's protesting," and just left it at that, he might never look further into it. But we all know what Scientology is more likely to do, which is, "Oh, don't speak to him. He is a suppressive. He is evil. He is spreading lies. Read this. Read what L. Ron Hubbard says about people like that. Program. Try to get the guy confused." That's more likely what probably happened. And then if that happens, the guy might just be like, "You know what? I'm out." You guys are crazy and over the top and being super controlling. Because people who are new to Scientology, I mean, Scientology to a degree will try to handle them with kid gloves for a little while. And the further they'll push and push and push on your boundaries until you become just engulfed and encased in this cult and this cult lifestyle. Gemstar, you were right. Chicago protesters need to protect the young people in those dorms. That is absolutely true. Absolutely true. And they are. And even in nearby buildings, I've heard of people who now want to move out of their building because there are apartments that are studios with Scientologists 8, 9 to a studio in there, and people aren't having it. They're not liking it. Sorry. Cult of Scientology pant tech is not strong. I would agree with that. All right, so I'm going to get ready and head out. I am going to be going live today. Yesterday, I just took a day literally off my feet the entire day, which is something I need to do for me, especially if I've been on my feet for a long time, and I was the day before. We had so much fun, got to do some protesting at Flag. Then we did the meet and greet, had a ball meeting so many people. But yeah, I pretty much was off my feet the entire day, and here I am ready to go at it again. So keep an eye out for that notification so you guys can join. Another reminder, if you see somebody posting in the comments or live stream with my name, it is not me, especially if it's something mean. There is someone who is using my name and likeness around YouTube, and I've heard about it. I've not seen it yet. I'm keeping an eye out for it so I can report it. If there's a way for you to report it, if you see it, please do. I rarely comment in live streams anymore now because I want to capture what's there. I don't want to distract from it. And so, I mean, really, I hardly do. And at this point, I might just not, just because then there's no question about whether it's me or not. So for right now, you're not going to see me commenting in live streams or on channels just because of that. Because maybe whoever's doing it, when you see them comment, it looks like me, let me know or take a screenshot and we can figure out how to get it reported. Is Lara here? Hey, Lara FM. I'm seeing people say hi. We shared a clip of your video with the backpack. I cannot wait for you to have one of these backpacks. It's going to be so great. You got to let me know what it's like to carry it. I might want to get one too. It sounds so fun. There you are. So great to see you. I'd have my Tony pop in and wave hello, but I just realized he is. Are you topless? No. Oh, you got a jacket on? Yeah. Cool. You want to say hi? Sure. We'll have Tony pop in. I'm not sure if are you coming with us later today?
Yeah.
Or not? Yeah. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. Just say hi, guys, quick. There's Tony.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, that's right, Dempsey. Topless. It would be a scandal. That will be the rumor that Scientology runs with. My Tony topless at Flag running around Clearwater. They'd have to pay for that. Oh my goodness. Okie dokie dokie. All right. So, right, we got, you guys know, keep an eye out for somebody pretending to be me. It is not me. Secondly, keep an eye out on your notification bell because we are going to go live in well, you know what? We are going live in the very near future. So keep an eye on that. If you see something, say something, email me, Natalie@lifeafteracult.com. Send me a timestamp if it's a video, or just go ahead and, send a clip as well. Oh, thanks for the reminder too. Check out the merch shop. We have some awesome never in wear, long sleeve, short sleeve sweatshirts that have the SPTV logo, never in, and then it defines never in, which is never in Scientology, but all in on ending the cult. Right now, it is my absolute favorite thing. Yeah, and thank you, Mrs. C. If you guys see that fake account, do report it. All right. I don't know if Jay's streaming right now. I think Nancy said that he is not. You guys, yesterday we tried to do a Denver raid and he got off YouTube right when we were doing it. We failed. But let's look and see if anybody else is going live. Let's see, going here. I'm looking on my screen, going live. You know what? I don't think that, at least nobody that I follow, that I can see if I'm looking at it the right way. All right, so on your way out, like the video, please check your subscribe button. Keep an eye out for another video later today. I'm really excited about what's coming later today. I will talk to you guys later. Again, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your emails as well. I hope you guys all get out there and have an amazing cult-free day.